I'm Bob Lichtman, and I am very privileged to be your Federation's Chief Jewish Learning Officer. This coming Tuesday morning, it'll be Monday morning in Israel, but let's say Tuesday morning. This coming Tuesday morning, pretty much all the Jews in the world are going to have to make a decision, because that's when we come to the end of the reading of our Torah. We're going to reach the end of the fifth of the 5 books of Moses. Now, when you come to the end of each of the 5 books, there is a white space on the Torah scroll. Between the end of the first book and the beginning of the second book, there's a white space between the end of the second book and the beginning of the third book, etc. But when you get to the end of the 5th book, which is where we're going to be on Tuesday morning, there's a white space, but there's nothing on the other end. It goes on forever. Now, if you take a look at the last word of each of the 5 books, it may give you a hint as to what's going to happen in the next book. So, for example, the last word in the first book of the Torah, the first book is Genesis, Breshit. If you take a look at the last word of Breshit, the last word is Mitzrayim, Egypt. So that gives us a hint that what's going to happen in the second book is going to begin taking place in Egypt. So let's take a look at the last word of the last book. The word is Yisrael, Israel. So what does that tell us? There's nothing on the other side of that white space. What's it referring to? Well, in fact, historically, the Jews did go on to enter the land of Israel. So is that what it means? Is it a reference to the land of Israel? But wait, we don't just end there. We do something kind of remarkable. When we get to the end of our story, we don't proclaim the end and close the book. We re-roll it back to the beginning, and we retell the story of the creation of the universe, the creation of the world. So is that what it's referring to? Are we going back to the creation of the world? Are we going back to the land of Israel? What's at the other end of that white space? The truth is that the decision I'm talking about, the one that we're going to have to make on Tuesday morning, is going to be, where are we going? Is it going to be towards Israel, or is it going to be towards creation? The truth is that as a Jewish people, we really have to go in both directions, and we have to go to both places simultaneously. Because as a Jewish people, we have an obligation and a connection, not only to the land of Israel, but to the people of Israel. Not only to the people in Israel, but to Jews all around the world. At the very same time, as a Jewish people, we have an obligation to the universe, to our place in the world as a Jewish people, working as partners with God in the recreation of the world in which we engage every single day. This work, this holy work, our obligation to the Jewish people, our obligation to the world, this is the mission of our Federation. This is the work that's done in all the Jewish organizations and congregations throughout Greater Metro West. This is the work that we do together. And the reason we do it together is because this is the only way we're going to be successful in sustaining ourselves along this journey. So as we celebrate this holiday of Sukkot, Zman Simchatenu, the season of our joy, let's rest up, because on Tuesday morning we have to make a choice, and we know which choice we're going to make. Let's make that choice together with joy, with strength, with unity. Chag Sameach. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sukkot holiday.